Good evening. We are live from Smiles to the Pain Studios with FBM John from TikTok and Robert from q4u podcast on YouTube. We have an amazing night for you tonight, people. We are going to be talking lgmd awareness. We're going to be talking family values outside of blood ties. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that nobody's talking about because we're trying to make people aware. That's what we do. So go ahead and introduce yourself, John and Robert, please.
What's going on? FBM John on TikTok, Rich Lane, FTW on YouTube. Follow me. I'll make some fun stuff for you.
Robert Brown, q4u podcast. We go live every night, and we talk about everything, anything. Anybody's welcome to get their opinion out there on our podcast, but we really, really, really support this cause, guys. So everybody listen up and let's learn some things today.
Absolutely. First of all, I want to broach a subject before we even get really in depth. Jen Diodata, welcome. Before we really even get in depth into LGMD, I want to touch base on family values. Family values, like we are not a blood-based family. We are a family across the nation that has come together through a social media app, and it grows each day. Like, we just want people to hear the message and to spread that message. Regardless of religion, politics, economics, whatever, we don't care about none of that. All we care about is not just my kid and finding a cure for my kid, but for anyone's child, parent, or grandparent, whatever it is, and we're all coming together making something happen. And it's affecting people across the world now. For those of you that are just joining in on TikTok, as of last night, one of my gamer friends from Russia had a house party and invited 35 people and just put our podcast up on the screen and make them watch it. Like, if that isn't spreading awareness, I don't know what is. It's like, here, sit down and watch this. You have some popcorn, have something to drink, watch this podcast, listen up. They got something important to tell you. Conservative lady, good evening. Welcome. I've been trying to touch base with you earlier today. How are you? In fact, you can jump in the podcast if you want to. I can have Robert shoot you the link. That is love. And let me tell you even more about this love. Like, I started Smiles to the Pain on TikTok 2.5 weeks ago. This is my personal page. I started a nonprofit TikTok just because nothing else was working. Nothing was working. I ran into one particular live, Canada. Most of the people in the family here know Canada. I ran into him. I was watching his live, and I was really feeding into what he was very like family oriented. He had the kids running around in the background, And it wasn't a grow for grow, or grab for grab, follow for follow, none of that. It was all, embrace each other, get to know each other type deal. And that's what I'm about. I don't want you to follow me just because or what. I want you to follow me because of my content, follow me because of who I am as a person, my goals, my ambitions, my morale, all of this stuff, my characteristics. That's what I want you to follow me for. So when we jumped in, we were like 200 followers strong. We were trying to get to 1,000, and I told him who I was. He responded, like he went through the feed and found me and responded, like separated me out from everybody. Allie, thank you. We love you too. It separated me from everybody, and that just drew me in. Princess Leah, welcome from Utah. Awesome. That's awesome, conservative lady. That's fine. That's fine with us. Anytime, though. Anytime. You're welcome on the platform. Anytime.
Who's from Utah? Who's from Utah?
Princess Leah.
Oh.
Yeah. She's on TikTok right now watching. But so we were like 200 followers. We got to we set some goals. John came in. We were still under 1,000. We were like 460 followers, and he listened to the story of my daughter and what she's going through, and what we're going through as a family, and what the nation and the world's going through as a whole concerning muscular dystrophy. And he was like, "Look, we can make this happen. Here's a motorcycle. Have it. We're gonna throw this motorcycle in the mix. We're gonna get the money. We're gonna find your, Granted, that may or may not be enough to that, but the gesture. And then we have, our beloved Dee Johnson, who's in everybody's lives. She pops in. She shows love. We do contests, gifting contests. We give away things. Matter of fact, when we reach 600 in the gifts tonight, I'm giving away a bracelet off the top. When we reach 600 in the gifts, top gifter tonight also gets the Michaela Strong tumbler with a wristband included, mailed to you tomorrow immediately. So there are two things on the table tonight. We have one follower watching us from either YouTube or Facebook, not sure which. But welcome. Please, if you're going to comment, please comment through Facebook so it pops up in the studio chat. And we can answer any questions you may have about the organization or just drop a question here on TikTok. However, as we were growing, people started reaching out. Everybody started popping in, from John, from Allie, from Summer. I mean, people started popping in and taking up the green wave. The green hearts and lives, that's because of us as a whole. We do it because it makes these people with this condition smile. And there's so much pain when you break this disease down to people, and then you actually explain it like they look perfectly healthy. Well, guess what? They're not. And I'm living proof of it. In fact, one of our followers from California is staying with me for a week, and he's got to see Michaela up front and in person. He can right now. He can see what she goes through on a day-to-day basis. He can see it. He's in the room with me right now. He can literally see what my daughter goes through on a day-to-day basis on a pain and struggle level. Whether it's trying to eat dinner, trying to chew her food, trying to open a drink, whatever it is. So over the past 2 weeks, this has grown and grown and grown and grown, and then green hearts keep dropping in there and dropping in there. Now, last night there was a green wave party in Russia. In Russia,
That's amazing.
one of our followers invited 35 people over to a house party and put our podcast up on the big screen. Mama Smile said, "Hey, Larry."
Hey, how you doing?
So, I mean, if that's not spreading awareness, I don't know what is. That's how you do it. Like we're casting on 2 platforms. I'm not sure it didn't work last time for going to q4u at the same time.
But, now.
Are you?
Yep.
All right. Good. That's awesome. Let me go ahead and get these couple of these.
It's on there. I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Here's up here.
Yeah, we're casting to Q4U podcast on YouTube. We're casting through Smiles Through the Pain on YouTube. We're casting through your Facebook Live.
Yep.
We're casting on 3 different TikTok platforms right now.
Yeah.
Trying to get the word out.
We are doing what
New
we call
person.
spreading awareness to the max. Y'all tap that screen for me. Get me on the FYP. Get me on the FYP on the 4U page. And also, yeah, I just got the notification that we're live on both through the StreamYard.
Yeah.
Tap that screen. Share. Get people in here. Get them interested. Get them aware. Embrace them. Show them some love because we are.
Steven said there. Everybody out there, everybody following us, you're not followers.
You're not followers.
You're friends. Your family.
That's right.
Just because it says you are following us doesn't mean jack to us. All these people out there,
welcome.
They're huge supporters. This is the group that you want to be in. This is how you want to grow. This is the people that you want at your back. And not just because you're wanting to grow, not just because you're wanting to get the gifts, not just because you're wanting to do giveaways or anything else. These people are huge supporters. Huge supporters of each other.
Hello.
100%.
Share.
There is not a live that pops up on this screen that you will not find 5 of these other people in during the day. It's just an amazing thing. So everybody out there, follow Stephen Alexander Scherer on TikTok.
Actually, it switches over tomorrow.
Switches tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. My TikTok, Stephen Alexander Scherer, will actually switch over to Smiles Through the Pain Inc. as of 12:01 tonight. And Smiles Through the Pain on TikTok will be my now backup. Summer, welcome back. Sherry Marie, welcome. JM Tree, welcome. Good evening. Yeah, so it switches over tonight. Big awesome.
Yeah.
Summer's watching us on Facebook. If you we got comments. I didn't even see the comment bar pop up. My bad. There it is. Yeah, there's Summer. And there's Art. Art's on there too. Luke,
my boy. I will see
you
tomorrow night.
He loves the fam.
I had to fix
He loves the fam. What's that?
I had to write ink on the sticker.
Oh, why it came
So
off?
let's get.
No, this is one of the old stickers from the.
Oh, right. I mean, you can find one, you can find the other. Just gonna pop both of them up. They both got the logo up. You know, they'll run across us. I was born on St. Patrick's Day. Tim from Pittsburgh. Oh, this has nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day, by the way. Nothing at all. The Green Wave has nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day. However, I will school you on what it is about, though. Like, because that's what it's all about. Each one, reach one, teach one. This is actually for muscular dystrophy awareness. Lime green is the color for the awareness ribbons, the awareness bracelets, the actual program itself. Lime green. Cancer has pink. Suicide has blue and purple. We have lime green. That's where we're at. Well, my daughter is 14 years old. She has muscular dystrophy. I'm going to go into that story just a little bit. For everyone that's joining in, hashtag Michaela Strong, please drop it in there. Also, if you see anybody, follow my mods, follow anybody that's in my life that is supporting that green wave. They're dropping the green, or snatch them up. They'll follow you back. Because we're not just trying to grow. We're trying to increase a family reach across the nation. Because each one of us is there for each other. We have each other's backs. You have no idea the love that not just in this studio between these three gentlemen right here, myself, John, and Robert, but across the platforms.
John, can I get a kiss?
Huh?
Trying to get John to give me a kiss. He won't do it.
Oh. Donna Gates, welcome. Good evening. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Nice.
It's the beard.
Yeah.
I was just going to go beside the screen.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to break down that story just a little bit because we got some new people in on TikTok as well. We got 4 people watching from the platforms, YouTube and Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and before we even get into the question and answer phase, I'm going to go ahead and start.
I'm going to end this and then I'll be back on here shortly.
No, it's Smiles Through the Pain. It's, if you look up here at the top up here, or Mama Smiles, that's the logo right there. There's 2 hands wrapping around the ribbon. Smiles Through the Pain. On Facebook. Smiles Through the Pain. Well, if any of my mods are in here, anybody's in the Mama Smiles, please drop that down there, Smiles Through the Pain. Spell it out for them just so that they can see it. Or you can go to Steven Alexander Shares, also casting live from right there right now as well. We're casting on so many platforms that we're almost like a network TV show.
Right?
We're getting there. Yes, Smiles Through the Pain. That's correct. So, as I stated, Michaela was diagnosed 2 years ago. She's 14 now, about to be 15 in January the 13th. She's a Friday 13th baby, and I've always wondered if that had something to do with it or not, but I don't think so. Well, let me share this while I'm talking. 12 years went without answers. My wife was there for most of it. I was not. Actually got back involved in my daughter's life at the age of 12 or thereabouts, and the journey began. We got genetically tested to try and find out what was wrong with my daughter. Her liver enzymes were through the roof, and they said she had hepatitis B, but her blood work said that she did not have anything at all. So it was a bit confusing, very, very discombobulating situation. And the doctors had no answer. So we turned to genetics, Invitae, and that's where we started getting some of the answers that we didn't want, but they were coming in anyway, and it became incumbent upon us to try and do something about it. To break down muscular dystrophy, I'm going to throw some facts up here on the Live On podcast. Gordon Hamill 617, welcome. Get some of these bands rolling across here. So one of the first things that you're going to know about lgmd, elevated CPK levels can be a first sign. And if you don't know what a CPK level is designed to give a diagnosis of a pain scale from 6 to 131 average. That's what the average is for any human being, whether they have a migraine, whether the back hurts, whatever, everyday pains. And like, honestly, like when you say 6 to 131, that sounds like high and low, 1 to 10, whatever. But when we went, the first time we got my daughter tested 5 years ago, 5,000. was in the 5,000 range, and that was mind blowing. Oh, thank you so much, Bonehead. Thank you for Matt share. That is awesome. And so I found it to be mind blowing that my daughter's pain was that high. They couldn't even explain it. So we went through testing throughout the years, and finally, and this is where it really gets mind blowing. We found out what subtype she has, and now her CBK level is over 600 and something thousand. And the doctor did break it down for us. The doctor broke it down, and he said it is the equivalent. Hey, Rich. It is the equivalent of breaking or shattering every bone in your body. Throwing you in a bag and rolling you down a hill. That's what goes through my kid's mind. Or that's the type of pain she's feeling. And it's real. It's real. I got the paperwork. I can put it right here on the live. I can show you exactly what's going on. Shannon Johnson, welcome. Reggie Bachman, welcome. Good evening. Please, if you're new in here, please drop your city and state. Let us know where you're from. Still trying to get the kinks out of all the software, so we are actually projecting live on podcast to 3 separate platforms, including TikTok. Keith Nauer, welcome. So the whole CPK thing, that Morrison, Illinois, is awesome. You're out there with Miss D Johnson. So the CPK level thing is mind blowing by itself, and then they tell you, oh, there's not a cure. You're lucky she's even walk right now. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. She's not going to walk again. She's not going to be able to lift things. She's not going to be able to stand up. She's not going to eat, smile, do whatever. And, like my wife would tell you, she denied it off the muscle. I'm going to keep denying it and it ain't going to exist. But all the progress of these next 2 years for this progressive muscle disorder, this muscle wasting disease, it becomes evident that this is very, very real. And then we start reaching out to other people that have it or have something like it, and it's just devastating. We're not getting answers we want. Like last night, with Jill, when she talking about how she had onset where she was perfectly fine until she was 19, and then bam, it just slapped her. She couldn't walk no more. And then we asked her, well, when did you start having the effects of it? She's talking about 8th, 9th grade. Guess what? My daughter's going in the 8th, 9th grade, and she's already had the symptoms of it. So how much longer do I got to wait to get that phone call in the morning saying, Daddy, come get me out of bed? Daddy, I can't stand up this morning. What else is it going to take other than life? What else is it going to take from my child? So CPK levels, when anybody out there that's watching, like, my biggest advice to anyone is genetic testing. I think Robert said he's about. I got you, Jeremy. I got your comment. I didn't see that, John. What was it?
I got
his phone system he's got.
I got
Oh,
my
nice.
phone and the podcast, and then a third phone.
Nice.
We're
So
streaming
it's not.
everywhere worldwide.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You're doing it, brother. Doing it. So it's. Right. I'm just gonna take a breath. I'm gonna let y'all, because I know every night's about education. It's about education, and every night we need to be leaving with something more than we had the night before. So,
Yeah,
Robert,
I got something out here for us.
all right.
Skeletal and cardiac muscles are thought to be the only muscles affected by genetic mutations causing lgmd. Skeletal muscles are all the muscles that are bound to our bones. They are also called voluntary muscles, which means we can control their activity. Any tissue in our body would break if stretched and contracted, like what happened to our muscles. Special structures were created through evolution to stabilize the membrane of our muscles and prevent breakage. In lgmd, some of these structures are not there or not fully functional. Consequently, lgmd muscles break and degenerate.
Yep.
So that right there, break and degenerate. So the thing that makes you get stronger, the thing every time you work out with that dumbbell at the gym or do your pull-ups or everything else, that thing that's in your body that makes your muscles stretch and grow, stretch and grow, because that's what building muscle mass is about.
Or the
That is
tear,
not there.
you got to tear it down to build it back up. So I mean,
Yeah,
you
and that is
basically
not there.
you're tearing your muscles by working out, but theirs just do it by itself. In a nutshell,
Yep.
like it just does it by itself. They don't have to work out; it just does it by itself. Whether it's
And when
sitting down, walking around, whatever.
think about that though, like everything you do on a daily basis takes a muscle to do. Takes a muscle to do. Just going to the bathroom takes muscles. Waking up takes muscles. Opening your eyes takes muscles. Smiling, frowning. These are all things that take muscles, and when those
Good
muscles
evening,
are
good
gone,
evening. Welcome.
when those
Yeah, I'm about to
muscles are
drop a banner up
gone,
there for you, John. Right here. I'm about to drop this up to coincide with what you're speaking about right now.
yeah,
Here you go, right here.
yeah. So there's 600 skeletal muscles in the body, and so what those are, there's several muscles attached to each bone,
Right,
and when those muscles go and they no longer work, those bones no longer work. That body part no longer works. It
right,
takes 17 muscles to smile. When those are gone, you can't smile anymore. I mean, the name smiles through the pain. The reason the name is there is Michaela. She wakes up in the morning and she's in pain that you and I can't even fathom. Where she stands up, she's in pain. She goes to school, she's in pain. She she could fall hard and not bother her at all, but she could get tickled and it would hurt her excruciatingly. And those are all
right,
things that we all take for granted every single day. And yet she smiles through all of that pain each day, every day. And I mean, she's a hero. She's a warrior. She's your princess, but she's our warrior. Like
right. She's my
she
warrior
said,
too. She gives me strength. Like
and the last part of that, 72 muscles to speak one word. 72 muscles. When those muscles are gone, she can't even tell you I love you anymore. And as a father, that my daughter means the world to me. To not hear her be able to say I love you anymore rips me up inside.
right, right. Yeah, I mean, you think about it.
And we learned last night. We learned last night that even something we take for granted, like swimming in the lake,
Yeah,
you know, it hurts them even more. That cold water hurts even more. So what do they do on a hot day to cool off? You're forced to either deal with the excruciating pain of cooling off your body.
see that's a lose lose. That's a lose lose all day.
Yeah,
Because even the physical therapist tells us, no, it's getting to be winter time now, and then they say make sure there's a heater in Michaela's room because one, the cold hurts her, but too much heat hurts her. She feels the hurt from the cold, like Jill said, it's like a bee sting, like constantly getting stung by a bee. That cold air hits you, that's what it feels like, bam, and it's constant. It's not no just a sting and it goes away. It's constant. So it's that constant same sensation of getting stung by a bee or a yellow jacket or whatever. But even with the heat, if their body is sweating, that means that the muscles in the body are working. You know, it's producing sweat to try and keep you cooled off.
The thing is with her having such a rare subtype too, they're not they're not doing the research for her subtype. They're doing the research for other subtypes, and that's what this is
Right,
all about.
right.
Is making sure there's research for all subtypes because there are ones that are close to hers that if they found a cure for one, they would find the cure for the other, and bringing to light these
Good
rare
evening, everybody.
subtypes,
Welcome. Good
less known.
evening.
It's
Please
important.
stick around.
It's
Please stick around.
100%.
Smiles for the Pain live podcast, Facebook live stream everywhere. Yeah, I mean, like I said, and I gotta get Jessica on the show, man. I gotta get her on the show. Jessica Gerardo, out of New Jersey. She started Cameron's Cure. You can look her up on Facebook. The actual nonprofit. She's a mom that started her own nonprofit, kind of like I did. Her son is 19. I think he's 20 now. He has type S, so he's on down there in the rare sections, you know. And after the first time I talked to her when I reached out back when I first started the company, and when we started the org, like we were reaching out to other small orgs trying to figure out what they were doing to get their awareness out there, what kind of information they could share. that would help us on our journey as well. And like I talked to the woman for 2 hours, and we compared notes as far as Michaela growing up from first steps to to the grades, and they are so identical, all the way down from they never crawled, they just started walking, they both wore braces, they both are seriously delayed in school and cognitive and comprehensive skills. Their their verbal skills are limited, so they're both in speech. You know, they both can't count money. They can't count change. They can identify one from the other, and they can identify pain or emotion. So all of the similarities are there, but it's just a different genetic mutation. A different genetic mutation. That's all it is. So genetic alteration is the key to the answer to the whole puzzle right here. Genetic alteration. That's what we have to find. And they're doing tests on that on subtype 2A and 2B right now. I mean, they're working.
So when I had my kid, and thinking about genetic testing, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Like, my kid's vaccinated, but like, I didn't want to poke and prod her any more than she needed to, and I had no idea what the genetic testing entailed. But as a parent, before your kid's even born, you and your spouse can get tested to see if you have the markers that could potentially be there, so that then you can have your child tested because those markers are there. And I had no idea. I had no clue. Like, these are things that, like, man, I should have learned this in high school in sex ed. Like, hey, if you're gonna do the diddly and you're gonna have a kidly, maybe you should get a test and make sure that everything's gonna be fine. I'm 37 years old, and I learned that 3 weeks ago. Like, that's not right. It should be common knowledge. It should be, like, hey, congratulations, you're pregnant. You should do this, and this is why you should do it. No one ever sat us down and told us that. Why?
No,
Why is
see,
that not a thing?
when we had Riley, when we had my little girl, she's my first one. We lost one right before we had her, and when we had her, we were so scared. We were terrified of everything. We went to the hospital every week. Let's go in there. It's high risk, and when it came time for the genetic testing, all they told us about was the one where they stick the huge needle into the baby, do the genetic testing. And the doctor there told us, he's like, well, it's not a guarantee, and you could lose the baby doing this. There's like a 5% chance that you could lose the baby.
They scare you out of it.
Yeah, it does.
And we're like, no. They never mentioned the fact that we could get tested.
They're not going to.
No,
exactly.
They have to come out of pocket because that test is a free test that everybody should get, but the doctor has to pay for it.
And then you think about it. If you're not on Medicaid and you don't have Medicare, then the insurance company is footing that bill.
And they don't want to foot the bill.
Right. So the more genetic tests that are happening, the more results are happening, the more people are getting confirmed with a type of genetic disorder, whether it's muscular dystrophy or any other disorder, whether it's Asperger's or autism, something else.
That brings up a whole nother line of questioning. So they have all these theories that, this causes autism. You get your kid vaccinated, it causes autism. Are there things that they say that, if you do, can cause muscular dystrophy, or is it just genetic?
Ooh.
I mean, theories are theories. They're always going to be theories, I mean,
like COVID's fake, I know.
The people have their theories, So I mean, even doctors, when a doctor tries to tell me a theory, I don't go there. I don't go back to that doctor. I want a fact. Give me a fact before theory any day of the week.
I want to see 100 different test sheets saying the exact same result.
Right.
Yeah. That's why you go and get a second opinion, because you don't even believe your doctor, because it's called a medical practice for a reason.
Right. So, like,
I know about second opinions. I went in and I had kidney stones, and then it was gallstones. Come to find out, I had
good evening, everybody. Welcome. Please stick around. We got some giveaways coming up. We take an intermission from the podcast. We are Smiles Through the Pain Incorporated, trying to make a change in the nation and the world at the same time.
doctors should be completely different. They shouldn't get bonuses from big pharma to like, oh, nothing's wrong with you, but you should try and take this and see if it fixes it. Like, no, do your damn job. You went to school to be a doctor to fix us and help us, and that's what you get paid to do. Maybe
Prime example. Prime example. You both
pharma has
know the
ruined
story.
the medical field.
You guys both know the story of what happened with our last pregnancy. So, prime example, genetic testing led us down that road to find out about the heart. And that led to the echocardiogram. But when they pulled the echocardiogram and ran those ultrasounds, and the doctor comes in and says, well, we gave you a diagnosis of hypoglycemic left heart syndrome, but that's not it. So we say, well, what is it? Well, I don't have a name for it. I don't know what it is. All right, so if you don't know what it is, how are we supposed to get it fixed? Yeah. This is what you went to school for. How are we supposed to get it fixed? So you leave me in a catch-22.
Especially as a parent,
damned if I do, damned if I don't. I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. And it really, really hurts the fact that you get parents pushed in this corner because of malpractice, misdiagnosis, all kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to these doctors, when it comes to these medical professionals, the only answer is through a full synthetic genetic test covering everything, not just looking for PY. I can't remember the name of the actual code, but the actual gene for muscular dystrophy or the gene for cardiomyopathy, which is what I carry. So not just specifying those particular ones, it's actually looking into everything. So whether or not you may have diabetes in your family or Alzheimer's in your family, anything. So it's you got to take the strong and say, well, look, I need answers, and the only way to find answers is to go through alternate sources. Good evening, everyone. Eric, Bob, welcome. Mary Huddle, welcome. Good evening. Good evening. You got to find those answers, whether you like them or not.
Yep.
Because a question will never get answered unless it gets asked first. And if it gets asked first and there's no answer, then you have to seek an alternate source.
Right.
Not WebMD.
No, not WebMD. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So when you seek the alternate source, at least you.
Everybody commenting over here. Annabelle Romero, thanks for joining us. Guys, go ahead and comment and drop in where you're coming from so we can see to the other pages that this is on.
And please, if you're joining the podcast on YouTube and or Facebook, please like and subscribe and give us a share there. We are Smiles to the Pain Incorporated. We are on a mission, a national mission of family come together from different stranger individuals. Some of us stranger than others, but we are.
I said, look at the guy in all green or the guy that put makeup on the other day.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, just because you were scared to use those makeup brushes doesn't mean nothing.
Hey, I still got them. I can gift them back to John.
I showed
I can give them back to John tonight. I still got them. They're still up for grabs.
I showed my daughter that, and she's like,
"Dad, still up for grabs."
And I was like,
Type 2 diabetes and just had a quadruple bypass surgery.
Sunday, 2:00 Central Time. We will be doing it again.
Struggle is real.
The weekly thing.
Yeah.
The Roberta makeover.
All rally. Yeah, all rally. No Christy. Rally gets to do it all.
For the night. Hashtag Michaela Strong. Tumblr with a wristband. Top gifter of the night. Right now, I think Allie's leading that one. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so that being said, when we go back to getting the answer, that's when you start asking questions like my wife and I did. Like, well, where are we going to find the answer? They say my kid's got hepatitis B, but her blood work says she doesn't. It's because her liver enzymes are high. Then she gets a CPK level of 3,000 and something, which is completely abnormal. But you can't give me an answer. Or she's just behind. She'll catch up in school or whatever. She's got ADD or, whatever this nonsense is. So now you start seeking other resources, and we finally got to the right doctor, talked to the right neurologist, And they pointed us to Invite. Got with Invite. Invite did the test. Now we got an answer. Now we got a whole bunch more stuff to find out because of how rare it is. You know, there's so much more information that needs to be obtained before we can even take the process of trying to find that cure. Big Cheese, welcome. Big Cheese 2813, welcome. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for the love, bro. Thank you. So you've actually got to literally like sit down, open the book, reach out to other people who have been in the same field, same scenario. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Top giver. By the way, top gifter tonight, lime green tumbler with a wristband for top gifter. All
We heard from Jen
Tonight,
the other
it's
night. She said it took her, 12 years to find out what she had?
Right.
I mean,
the subtype.
Yeah.
And she's still finding out stuff. And she's in her 30s. She's in her 30s. She's still finding out stuff. You know, even from watching our shows and hearing what I'm saying about Michaela, like hers was early onset. I mean, it late. She had it early, but it was dormant. And then when she hit 19, it just jumped up and snatched her up and just hit her just like that. So with my child, it's been there since birth and been affecting her since birth. Michaela. Okay. We got babies. Thank you.
Yeah.
Baby, what's up? For the gift. Thank you.
What was that, John?
Can't blame a parent for being a parent. You got kids.
Oh, no.
Right.
Right. I mean, this is a family. This is
We've all
a
been there.
family
We've all been
operation.
doing something on our lives or on our podcast or something else, and the
Be
baby's
careful.
running up.
Welcome. Well, this is a family-oriented operation nationwide. I mean, Robert's got his pops up here and there. What's up? You know, seen John a couple times. You know, they've even did the little hand communication thing back and forth a couple times. You know, throwing baby gang signs. Baby gang signs. All right, just real quick, I'm going to advertise real quick for our fundraisers that are going on. We are selling our wristbands, $5 a piece, muscle dystrophy awareness. You buy 2, you get an entry into our Harley Davidson giveaway. John underscore FBM underscore John 35 on TikTok. If one of y'all drop that in the link feed for me. Look on his link tree, hashtag Michaela Strong, a $10 donation to his Cash App or PayPal gets you put in the drawing. And you also get a decal, Michaela Strong or Smiles Through the Pain decal. Go through us and buy 2 of these. That also gets you in $5 each. We're also giving
How strong do you want to be? How strong do you want to be?
Right.
Michaela Strong.
Michaela Strong.
Michaela Strong. Yeah, Michaela Strong. So the bike is still up for grabs for the next 2 weeks. Somebody will be winning that beautiful bike. Welcome back where I want to be. The top gifter of the night, as stated earlier, gets the lime green tumbler with the hashtag Michaela Strong decal already on it and the wristband. That is for top gifter of the night. Allie is in the lead as of right now.
What do we got to give you to get that hat?
Nothing. Amazon. Smile through the pain, Brittany. Smile through the pain, or you can find us on q4u. But please subscribe to both because I'm casting to both right now. Smiles through the pain, one word. Smiles through the pain. Podcast on YouTube. Silas, welcome. So yeah, all right. So we know now that like we've got to find these answers out. We got to look in other areas, and physically there is no area. They got to go to the scientific things. You know, pathology, neurology, all of that stuff, neuroscience. So when honestly, when I got that email, when my results came back, that mumbo jumbo, it was like 20 different languages, and I only know one. You know, I mean, so now you have to find the right doctor to dissect that for you, break it down correctly, and it took 3 or 4 to get it right. But we got the answer. Now we know exactly where we can go as far as getting those answers. Thank you for the share, James. Thank you. Now we know exactly where we got to go to get those answers to share with other people. Like, all right, if you want to get the testing, Robert or John or whoever, go here, fill out the paperwork. They're going to send you the junk free, swab it, do whatever. Yeah, it's probably the mics or just the Wi-Fi connections. We've got 3 running on the same platform. But as far as actually getting the answer, it took us 2 years before. So it's best to go if you're going to do it. Go ahead and do it now, and then after doing it, and literally it's a mental thing because after you take that swab, you drop it in there, you throw it in the FedEx, and it's on its way. That's when you start thinking you got to start preparing yourself mentally for what might come back. I found answers. It wasn't answers I wanted. I did not want those answers at all. At all. I didn't want to be told that every time I have a child now, that I want to have it genetically tested immediately because it could have muscular dystrophy or cardiomyopathy.
Yeah.
From me. I mean, that's just from me. I didn't want to hear that. I want to know that every time I have a child, it's going to be a healthy baby.
Yeah.
And not have to wait till she's 14 years old to find out that, hey, she got a year left. She's going to be in a wheelchair. It really breaks you down as an individual parent, potential father, whatever. I mean, whatever status you may have in your household, it breaks you down. Brother or sister, when you find out if your older sister, if you're 7 and your sister's 14, or you're 5 and your sister's 12 in this situation, and you find out that your big sister can't run and play with you no more, she can't do this, she can't play video games with you because her hands hurt, or she can't get outside and shoot the basketball because she can't even lift the ball up high enough to get it into the hoop. On the sibling level, that's damaging.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with 11 sisters and 3 brothers. 11 sisters and 3 brothers, and that in itself was a struggle.
What?
Yeah, 11 sisters and 3 brothers.
No, that's against the
What?
law.
That's against the law?
Yeah, you can't have more than 5 kids.
Ah, I got you. But yeah, 11 sisters and 3 brothers, and we all did things together. We cut the grass together. Everybody helped everybody out. But like in Michaela's case, with her younger sister and her younger brother, she's not going to be able to do the same things they do. It isn't going to work. Jeffy gets out there and wants to ride his bike up and down the road, and we're like, Michaela, go ride the bike with your brother, and she'll go ride for 30 seconds and have to get off because she hurts. And he's still going. Just like me, I'm 35 years old. I still, well, not now because of COVID, but every Wednesday night, I'm down at the gym with the guys running 5-on-5 pick me up. 3-4 hours straight. What?
You can't play basketball.
Come to North Carolina. I'll teach you something, brother. I'll teach you something about basketball real quick. I turned down my scholarship for the military.
We know Larry can't play basketball. He's too short.
He just got him in his yeah.
He's gonna get those stilts.
No, he's like the white Muggsy Bogues, He's the white Muggsy Bogues. He's in Charlotte now too. Muggsy Bogues is Charlotte Hornet. Muggsy Bogues is identifying as a California white male now. No, but you come to North Carolina, I'll show you how to play some basketball. I could have went to Syracuse. That's where I wanted to go. That's where I was going.
Basketball. The only type of basketball
I bet you don't.
Beer pong.
Man, 10 years ago, I'd be all right with that.
No, not even then. You want to play some softball? Give me a case of beer and a softball team. We're good.
So, all right. So, back on topic. However, let me pull up this banner that I put in earlier. But since you don't play basketball, I mean, all good though. All good. You don't have to play basketball. Be cool with me, brother.
We can play beer pong.
No, I don't drink. Sorry.
With Pepsi.
Sorry, you can play by yourself.
Whoa, I can't play with myself. Well, I mean, by myself.
Hey,
That's a whole thing.
A
whole different topic.
He's
That's something.
He's been doing mod shots all week. I'm pretty sure he can play beer pong by himself.
No, I'm not. I don't drink.
All right. Pull up there.
John's live on his page.
That's actually a really good name, Mod Shots.
And that works both ways because mods can get shot real quick. Oh, that's funny. User, welcome. Everybody, welcome. Chat, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so all right, I got it scrolling across the bottom down there. LGMD has 38 confirmed or known subtypes. 38. That's just the ones that they know about. How many more
And
are there?
Michaela is one of them so far down on the list that they call it the orphaned one, right?
Actually, the majority of them are orphaned.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, LGMD as a whole is orphaned.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Limb-girdle muscular dystrophy is labeled as an orphaned disease. Orphaned. Not just subtype 2N. Not just subtype, but when you talk about limb-girdle muscular dystrophy, it is orphaned. It's an orphan disease. It has been swept under the rug because they think it's just going to die out. Or that's what they're telling us anyway. It's just going to die out. And so I got to wait for these 13 people that are confirmed in the world, my daughter being one, to die for this disease to go away. So that means that my daughter can't have children if she were capable, that your son can't have children. I lost your sound there. Oh, you're muted. Hold on. Somehow you're muted, Robert.
He's talking to the.
I was talking.
Live.
Oh, I thought you were answering me. But yeah, so that means that
No.
That means that one or two things happen. Either she lives a painful long life or painful short life with no kids, no reproduction, no continuing her family, no having a family of her own. Same with somebody's son or same with somebody's parent that already has this, that's up in age, whether they're 19, 35, 45, whatever. That means that they just stop everything that they had the potential to do and die for this disease to go away.
And that right there is an issue because anybody that's a parent, look how much joy that brings you. Look at how much joy you get out of watching those little ones grow.
I mean, dude, like, no lie. I wasn't there when Michaela was born. We know that story. I was not there. And when Liliana came along, that was the first birth that they let me in the hospital. I watched them cut my wife open and everything while she was texting on the damn cell phone. Freaked me out completely. It wasn't even the blood and guts. I was cool with the blood and guts, but she's just sitting there on the phone like, "Hey, Grandma, check this out." She just take a picture, you know. My text is on the table, you know.
No, I'm good.
You know,
Man, watching childbirth is beautiful.
I mean,
Beautiful.
like, I never knew that experience until
I was so tired.
and
I
now
was on
that
the couch, they woke me up and they're like, "It's time to go," and I was like, and it seemed like it was like that. And come to find out, it had been hours. I'd slept on that couch for like 6 hours because it had been up for 36 hours.
36 hours. That's how long we were in
Jeffrey
labor.
Lewis, welcome.
Well,
But like now that,
Christy.
but now that I've been there for Liliana, watching her from day one, I realize all the stuff I missed with my 14-year-old. You know, it makes me realize that what's gone is gone. I'll never get it back. You know, all those precious moments, all that good stuff, and it's a curse and a blessing because now I know what my daughter's going through all those years. Granted, I'd hate to see her in that position, but I also like to be there to help. So it's a curse and a blessing. You know, I mean, everybody, welcome, good evening. You know, childbirth is an amazing thing. You know, and we thought we were having another one, and she was going to be a healthy baby, and we were going to do our thing, but the cards weren't dealt that way, and we had to take ulterior routes, and I'm glad we did. Honestly, you know, I am glad that we did. However, that does not take away from the fact that I don't think about it. You know, same with Michaela. Like I blame myself for Michaela's disease for the longest, and there's nothing I can control. I was 19 at the time. My wife was 17, and who knew about genetics in 2000? 2004, 2005. Who knew about it?
We're still learning about them in 2020.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it makes it all the more important to increase the awareness. Because I'm a living example of what's going on with genetics. My daughter's a living example. Jill is a living example of what's going on with genetics. And we have the answers to a lot of people's questions. What's wrong with my child? Is he I don't like using the R word, but is he delayed? Is he challenged mentally, or is he or she autistic? Do they have ADD, ADHD, Asperger's, whatever, anger issues? What is it? The answer lies in genetics. You got to get deep down inside that and really look and find out what's going on.
It's crazy. It's crazy no matter what way you think about it. Like, we are such an advanced, society, but yet we're not. Like, we
I
have
mean, I go right back.
to talk in 3 different states across the country on the same podcast, but we can't figure out other things that are more important. We can all walk around and talk to someone on our phone face to face that we never thought would, like, that was futuristic. That's never going to happen. I can't talk to someone on my watch on a phone. That's no. So that technology is here. So we are definitely advanced. I mean, flying cars are coming in the next 2 years. Watch, but we can't figure out how to be healthy. We can't figure out how to prolong our lives and live a life that we all dream of.
Right.
Yeah, we're still working on us.
Well, I mean,
can't buy happiness, they say, but they're right. Like, I can't be happy if I'm sick and dying.
welcome, Kaden. Welcome.
If I can't buy a cure,
Welcome. I mean, look, I started a beef with the NSA and NASA about 2 years ago. I sent them a letter because everybody was screaming ozone. We're tearing up the ozone. Quit sending people up to the Space Center and all this other stuff, And, I did some research on it, and every time they shoot a rocket up into the sky and it goes to that layer, it creates a 300-mile radius hole in the ozone layer. 300 miles, right? So they shoot it up there, and they bust a hole in it. They go to the Space Center, whatever they got to do. They hang out, chill, whatever. Drop a deuce and come on back. They come back, but then they're going to fly and pop another hole in it on the other side of the world. Instead of waiting a day or so for the rotation to come back around and fly it back through the same hole they just created. So now, over a period of 20 years, we're shooting up 5-6 rockets a year. That's 20 holes, 300-mile holes,
Well, I got my own theory on global warming. You ever been in a room all by yourself and it's nice and cold, but you stick 30 people in that same room, you don't turn the heat up, you don't turn the air conditioner up, and it gets hot in there? That's the problem, is that in metropolitan areas, we're just overpopulating it. We need to spread out. You get that many people in a small area and then add blacktop and all that.
No, y'all stay.
It's gonna get hot.
Y'all stay over there where y'all are.
Come to Oklahoma.
I don't even want to come anywhere near what you got going on out there, bro. I'm good. Fort Sill was enough for me. Fort Sill was good enough for me. But all that semen testing and bull booty holes and stuff you got going on out there in Oklahoma, man, you can have that.
Yeah, I totally would have come and moved into your house until you put makeup on, Robert.
Now you're out? Dude, I thought that would just welcome you in.
Dude, I called him the other day. I said, "What's up, bro? What are you doing?" He says, "I'm testing semen." Again? Oh, no. Wait, I didn't say that. Take that back. I didn't even say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No. Come again.
Get it? Come again.
Bulls. Okay, I was taking bulls to the vet. Let's clear this up for everybody. It's not like I was testing semen. For everybody out there watching, I was taking the bulls to the vet to make sure that they were fertile.
Are you sure you weren't messing with your little your Pyrex and your tubes and all that stuff and testing semen?
Did you still have makeup on doing it?
No.
Oh, that is messed up in like many ways. It's not funny.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, that was the wrong image. That was the wrong image there. Like it's stuck. It won't go away. I'm shoe flying, and it's just.
You're forever stuck with me now.
Yeah, I'm traumatized. PTSD. Here it comes.
Every Sunday.
Post-traumatic semen disorder.
Oh, semen. No, semen's not every Sunday. Just so everybody knows. Let's fix that too.
No, that's
Join the Navy. Just join the Navy. You'll get all the semen you want.
that's why they wear the little capes, right?
No, that's what the little hats are for. With the little bowl in it.
I thought the cape was so they could wipe the sweat off there. Never mind, we won't go there.
Yeah,
We're not gonna make that joke.
I don't know how many colors I got there in the Navy, man, but they're probably just letting loose with all the Army stuff right now. Like,
You know what's funny though is like, so United States Marine Corps. Do you know how the United
Maurice
States Marine
Call,
Corps?
I'm welcome.
They were the rejects of the Navy,
Yeah.
but they are the elite of the elite now.
Yeah. Yeah. Give it that. Give it that. But like on a serious note, though,
Through the halls of
I don't know how you do it. I mean, dude, Robert, I do not know how you do that for a living. Like,
Man, it's easy. I love what I do.
He just pretends he's milking a cow, even though it's a bull.
All right, so let's walk through this real quick. I hate to do it on your podcast,
We're good.
but let's walk through this real quick. Do you want to know how they take the semen from a bull? They stick a probe the size of my forearm up the butthole. Okay?
No.
Then
Stop.
they hold its tail down to hold this probe inside of it.
Stop.
And they plug it in.
No.
And then they send an electrical current through this probe, which massages the prostate. Anybody knows anything about that? Please join us.
That's a different podcast on Thursday.
keep that on your fans only page. Just advertise that on your fans only page.
Dude, that's what you need to do for your fans. Your OnlyFans page is milking the prostate of a bull.
All right, so I made a video today that said I looked into the OnlyFans thing, and it was the audio on TikTok with. So apparently OnlyFans doesn't let big Sasquatch-looking guys on OnlyFans. So Cash App's in the bio. It's $5 for a naked picture, $25 for a non-naked picture, and just stuff like that. For $100, I'll put on a banana hammock and hug somebody for you that you don't know. And TikTok took it down.
TikTok took it down?
Dude, they took it down for nudity. I was dressed just like this. This is what you've seen. And it was taken down for nudity.
Mm-mm.
Hey, at least you weren't wearing the shorts you were wearing yesterday.
Yeah.
I got a different pair on now.
Kimberly, welcome. Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
We're good. We're good, little homie.
All right, so let's get back on track, fellas. Enough of the Oklahoma way of living.
I was in a tornado in Oklahoma once.
I was in Lawton, Oklahoma. I didn't experience none of that.
Yeah, I was in Sulphur, Oklahoma, and all of a sudden we hear these sirens going off. We're like, "Oh shit! What do we do?" We're staying at the Airbnb, and they're like, "Yeah, there's a storm cellar." And we go to the storm cellar, and the door's locked.
Allie,
hello. Like, "Oh, we have the key with us." How does that help?
Jill, good evening, Jill. Jill is on TikTok.
On the TikTok?
On the TikTok.
Ricky TikTok?
Yeah, she is on. Good evening. How are you, Jill? How are you feeling today? How are the muscles today?
That's how I feel too.
What?
Mom to
For those
Toby
you don't
said,
know
"Why
that are on
are
TikTok
you
right now
talking
or
about
on
Loki?"
Facebook or YouTube watching us live, Jill is a wonderful character from a beautiful place, Midwest. She also suffers from limb-girdle muscular dystrophy. Her life has been limited to a wheelchair since she was 19. Art for anyone, welcome, welcome. She has been limited to a wheelchair since she was 19 years old, and she has a more popular subtype 2A. She has actually been a guest of ours on the podcast and will continue to be a guest whenever she feels like she can get on there and talk. I know for her, for my daughter, for anybody for that matter that suffers from this disease, every day is a different struggle. You have your on days, you have your off days, and you can't never tell which one's going to be which till you wake up the next morning. So I'm glad to see you're out and about, Jill, at least on the social media anyway. I'm pretty sure we all are. We love it when you pop in.
Love it.
Hashtag Michaela Strong. I like how you got the ribbon on there. That's really nice.
Yeah,
That's
look
nice.
on this sticker too. Like the way I put it, it like wraps around the H, and it's
Right. Yeah, so
On point.
back
on.
to I was about to pull the topic up. Hold on. Let me see. Brand. Let's go to this one. This is interesting. LGMD topic. Let's see right here. Pull this one up right now. Can y'all read that now?
Yeah, Megan share
Yeah.
new photo.
Thank you for sharing, Art. Thank you, Terry Lehigh, and welcome, my brother. Welcome. All right, so it says types of limb-girdle muscular dystrophy with a dominant inheritance pattern can run in families, as parents with the mutation have a 50% chance of passing it on to their children. 50%. 50% chance of passing it on to their children, meaning if they are a carrier. If they are a carrier, as we discussed with Jill last night, wait, we got comments. Let me see if somebody asked a question. Nope, that's Luke showing love. That's Luke showing love. Thank you, Luke. Thank you.
Why isn't Luke on?
He's on TikTok over here.
No, but why isn't he on the podcast?
Because he can't get on until after 8:30, and he can't get on Sundays and Mondays.
It's after 8:30. It's 9 o'clock.
Well, Sundays and Mondays, family days.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you.
Luke, don't
We
get
are also live podcast, q4u podcast, and Smiles to the Pain. Smiles to the Pain being my non-profit organization established to find a cure for muscular dystrophy, not just for my child, but for many other children out there in the world, parents, grandparents, etc. Please stick around and listen to the facts and the information as we are trying to raise awareness as to how to identify and hopefully soon how to cure muscular dystrophy. So it says in late stages of limb-girdle muscular dystrophy, people may experience difficulty rolling over in bed, independently getting dressed, or even raising a glass to take a sip of a beverage. Everyday lifestyle.
Difficulty getting a drink by yourself.
Yep.
Is muscular dystrophy what Stephen Hawkins has?
That I don't know.
I can go. Give me a second.
Uh-oh. We lose John. I think we lost John. I think he's backstage somehow. Yep. Hold on. That's John.
Oh, there I am.
Motor neuron disease.
Jill actually just said just now that she has trouble rolling over in bed.
Stephen Hawking has motor neuron disease.
That's what it's called.
ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease.
Lou Gehrig's disease.
Thank you, Jamie. My fact checker in the background.
We need the fact checker like
ALS.
Not WebMD. Not WebMD.
the Joe Rogan has that just pulls up facts for us.
Yeah, Jamie.
I think his name is Jamie too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
She
That's what I
also
said, man.
says,
I thought you were saying the person that pulled up your
hey,
Facebook
hey,
name.
listen. Jill's commenting. She also says, I have trouble with putting pop to my mouth with my right hand while standing up, but I can do it with my left.
No,
Yeah, she said,
WebMD will tell you that you're dying.
yeah, WebMD will tell you that you're dying. Yeah. No WebMD.
It took me a second, but I realized what you were doing.
So,
Here,
like,
get down
yeah,
another one.
so WebMD should be, instead of medical dictionary, should be medical death. Because their answer for everything is you're dying. Oh, my nose is running. Oh, you're dying.
Hey, Steven, look at us now.
Oh, wow.
Our beard's almost the same.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a nice beard you got there.
Yeah, they should change WebMD to web instead of medical. This should be medical death.
Nice.
Anybody not watching the podcast, you should definitely go check out what we just did. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
Yeah, they just paired each other on the live to where their faces matched and their beards matched and everything. Lee Walker, welcome. Bobby Montgomery, welcome. Good evening. How is everyone? How is everyone? We're also live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube on the q4u podcast and Smile Through the Pain podcast.
Yeah, Mom.
Making it happen. Allie said sad she missed it. Yeah, they like lined their faces up to where they were side by side. And they just, their beards and everything matched up. It was pretty intense.
You can go back and watch it. You didn't miss it. It's on YouTube forever.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it is on YouTube.
I didn't cry. I swear.
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining. If anybody's in here, Allie, grab up Mr. Walker, please. Give him some love. Show some love. He is actually new to our life. We are a national family of
International.
international now, unrelated individuals come together.
I got someone in the
Come
Netherlands
together
now.
to find a cure for muscular dystrophy. My nonprofit, Smile Through the Pain Incorporated, has taken on that journey, and these wonderful people that are both on the podcast with me, as well as in this feed, are taking up that journey with me to try and find a cure, not just for my daughter, but for anyone, young or old, that it suffers from or even has the symptoms of muscular dystrophy. That is our goal. Someone we love needs a cure. That person that I love needs a cure is humanity. Anybody that has it. And that's just being completely real.
Internationally, I forgot all about this. So you have your friend in Russia, and we now have support in the Netherlands as well.
The Netherlands.
Oh, wow.
If you see Seuss 2112 on TikTok, SUUS 2112, she's in the Netherlands and has been advocating for us.
Yeah, we've got some Canadian stuff too going on.
And then today, I was telling Steven about this earlier. This lady popped in my she saw my video about me helping the woman who was beat up by her boyfriend, and so she jumped on my live because she saw it, and then she heard us.
Allie, will you drop the links, please?
Smiles Through the Pain and muscular dystrophy, and instantly, it was crazy. I jumped in her live later just to show some support back. She didn't even realize I was in there, and she was talking about Smiles Through the Pain and what we were doing.
Right. You was telling me about that. That's awesome.
And then another one, David, what's his name? Like David 802 or something like that. I'll look it up again, but I'd love to give him a shout out for it. I jumped in his live and he started talking about the bike raffle like instantly. So people are hearing about us from
Dave 820 Backup.
Yeah,
right?
David 820 Backup. Yeah, I jumped in his live and started talking about the bike raffle. And it was like, go follow these people. And he dropped Steven's name. He dropped I Am Robert Brown's name. He dropped all of our names. And he's not even part of the Green Wave, but he is now.
Right. I mean, It's infecting the nation. It's infecting the world. Like, we started off as little old me, little old Canada, and now we just added on piece by piece by piece. Now we're growing by the day. We're growing by the day, by the hour. You know, people are really picking up on the message we're putting out there, and
It's
that's where
not.
we wanted at.
It's not a tumor,
Yeah,
but it's
it's
like a tumor.
well, yeah, it's cancerous.
It's growing and it's going to get bigger than anyone could ever imagine. We're going to bring light to it. That's what we're here
It's
for.
already blowing my mind, like how fast this has grown and just got blown over the just the nation. I mean, not counting the world, but the nation itself. You know, and where I'm really trying to reach to, where the biggest population of people with muscle dystrophy is at in Indonesia, India, the Middle East over that way. You know, Western Europe, the
Dude,
Western Hemisphere.
especially third world countries, like third world countries that don't have the means to get on TikTok
No,
and watch
no, 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 no. Let me correct you there. Let me correct you.
TV.
These third world countries, some of these third world countries have the best neurologists, the best pathologists. They just
No,
don't have
I'm
the equipment.
in a way to spread the word though. Like
Oh, right, right, right.
there's people that don't have TikTok to spread that word.
Debbie, welcome. Yeah, so I mean, like, we need to be reaching people over there because there are more people over there that already know they have muscular dystrophy, but know nothing about it because their assets are limited because they don't have no way to research it. They don't have nobody to reach out to because either one, they're out in the sticks, there's no technology, nothing.
And imagine that. Imagine you're walking through the forest one day, out in the middle of nowhere, and you go to step over a log, and you can't.
Yeah,
You don't know what's going on. You're scared. You're all alone, and you have no way to reach out and find this information.
yeah. I mean, it would most definitely be confusing to start, but then the fear would start. Then the panic. It leads up and up and up and up and up. It would start with curiosity first, like, why is my leg doing this? The curiosity off the top, and then the fear,
Yeah.
like, oh, I've lost the use of my leg. What am I going to do now? Panic. Nobody's out here. I can't scream for help. Nobody's going to hear me. None of this. I mean, it's a stage thing, man. It just goes, it elevates. Just like the progression, the progression just elevates and elevates and elevates. It's nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty, nasty disease. Very nasty. And we got to stop this thing, bro. Like, we got to stop it, like, in its tracks. That's the ultimate goal, is to stop this thing right where it's at. Granted, we can't Benny Hinn slap him on the forehead and make him walk again. We can't do that. That's not possible. Even with the cure, it's not possible because the muscles are already gone.
I
Unless,
seen that in a tent one time.
huh?
I seen that in a tent one time.
Oh, I'm
You know,
sure.
Slap
we may not be
head,
able
make them
to.
walk
They may
again.
not be able to build the muscles back, but if we can stop them from deteriorating more, I mean,
Gabriel Delgado, welcome.
that's what it's all about.
Welcome
Like,
back, Sanaya.
is it already too late for what's already happened? Yes, but can we stop it so that they can have the closest thing to
Matty
a
Ice, welcome back. Welcome back.
normal life like you and I? Yes, that's what we got to do.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if I can establish a small construction unit in each state that for people that are on Medicaid, they're on Medicare, they're on fixed income because they're living off the government because they have to, because they can't work, they're in a wheelchair, they're on disability, etc. They can't even get a grant to have a ramp put in at their home so they can get in and out just outside to the grass, to maybe go down the sidewalk, go out and interact with the mailman or whoever, the neighbor across the street. They are literally imprisoned to their home, to their bed, to their room, to their chair. You know, they have to have someone else come bathe them because they don't have the equipment to lift themselves up, to stand or sit in the shower, to transfer And I've seen a lot of this, and the reason why it spurs me to so much, my stepmom who raised me, she's my mom. She was paralyzed from the waist down due to a back injury, and her spinal cord had come unraveled, and she lost the use of her legs. Well, they did an operation, and they cut 3 inches out of her spine, reattached her spinal cord, and then she fell over one day at a campfire because we love to go camping. You know, she fell over beside just off a log, like 6, 7 inches in the air. Fell, snapped her spinal cord. Now she's paralyzed from the waist down. She's lost one of her legs in the process due to bone infections because she fell out of the chair, couldn't feel it, and broke her leg in 8 or 9 places. And just watching how my mom, who used to be the most happiest person in the world, like free spirit, she just no care in the world. She lived to the fullest, and that's just how it was. To a person that is trapped in a chair to where that she can't get in and out of a vehicle without somebody actually lifting her up, setting her in the car, and putting her back. She had to humble herself to say that I'm not going to try it on my own because I'll just fall and hurt myself. To not be able to get up and get in the bathtub or in and out of her bed without help. That's the same route these people. Yeah, they're not paralyzed. They're not paralyzed by no means. Everything's there, just the muscles are going away. They're not paralyzed, but they are limited in their ability to live life like a normal person. And every time I see my mom transfer herself from the chair, because she's still got a strength in her body. Don't get me wrong. She can lift herself up out the chair and move herself over into the toilet or move herself out of the chair onto the couch or whatever. Because she's still got her upper body strength. But when you're a person in like Jill's situation or my daughter's situation, to where the muscles are literally gone, limb girdle, muscular dystrophy, the limbs are losing their strength. You cannot even do that. So even a person that is paralyzed from the waist down has more strength and more ability to move about than someone who is in the higher stages of lgmd. That's something to think about. That you're perfectly healthy. You are perfectly healthy. And a paralyzed person who cannot move their own legs has more maneuverability than you do. They have more strength than you do. A perfectly healthy person, blood works fine, everything's fine. Yeah, they're in pain every day. Their muscles are gone. One key thing that operates the motor functions of the body. That's deep right there. I didn't know I was going to get that deep into that, but that's deep right there. That's a new concept for me to think about because it makes me look at my daughter in a whole nother level now, and anybody else. Jill, too. My mom, who is paralyzed from the waist down, one of her legs is stronger than a 14-year-old child. And what's crazy is my mom used to weigh like, 178, 180. She was a big bone woman, tall. Now she may weigh 75 pounds. Tiny. Yet she is still stronger than my daughter. She can pick up my 30-pound baby like it ain't nothing, straight off the floor, throw her in her lap. Like it ain't nothing. My daughter has to pick her up, set her on the coffee table, or edge her onto the couch, bend down, squat a little bit, inch her up her leg, and then she gets her up. What takes my mom 3 or 4 seconds takes her 10 to 20 seconds, maybe even 30 seconds. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. It's evident. All you can do is watch the bodily actions. And that just opened just tonight. That opened my eyes up a whole lot more just by talking about mom. The fact that she's in a wheelchair, missing one of her legs, dealing with numerous infections like immune infections, liver infections, all kind of stuff daily because she has open wounds that will never close. She can pick up my youngest child, and my daughter can't at the age of 14, about to be 15. That is really something to think about. And they say these people aren't sick. They say these people aren't in hurt. They're hurting. They ain't in pain. They're perfectly fine. I say bullshit. And there's a prime example to that. Prime example.
That hit hard when you put it in perspective, man.
Yeah, I mean that's an in-depth thing. Well, don't look at the political post. That's all I can tell you. Like, it's my decision, it's my opinion. I'm gonna stick to it. But right now, it's about LGMD, martial discipline awareness, and there's no politics here. Now, if you want to talk politics, come to q4u Monday through Thursday. We can talk politics all day long. But right now, no politics.
Tuesday through Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday. Yeah, all day long. Talk politics. But
Yep.
if you say you love and support me, but you can't stand seeing the post about the politics, then don't look at the post about the politics. You know that post about politics don't make who I am, what we are, any different.
And it's super simple. If you don't agree with something, scroll past it.
Scroll past it.
Yeah.
You
Scroll
know,
past it. You don't got to stay on it.
Hank Williams said it perfectly. I'll never forget this post I seen on Facebook. Hank Williams said it perfectly. He said that if you don't like the Bible, don't pray to God. He said, if you don't like country music, don't listen to it. I like country music. Don't hate me for it. He said, if you don't like the flag that I fly, don't look at it.
It's
I
super.
like it. I'm gonna fly it.
It's
But the
super.
last sentence, it was a long paragraph. It was a long paragraph. He said, but the best part I seen about it was the part about the police. So if you don't like the police, don't call them when you need help. I like the police. I like knowing someone has my back. So we leave the politics out of it. Caden, the louder. I think that's one of your followers, John.
It's Allie's neighbor, Allie's friend Brittany. It's boyfriend's little brother.
Got you. Yeah. So if you don't like politics in my post, scroll on past them.
Bye.
I have my opinion and I have my reasons for whatever I believe in, but my biggest belief is in finding a cure for my kid and someone like him.
Yep.
No, it doesn't. And you can't tell me it does. I'm not going to argue with you while I'm on a podcast across the world about politics when I know why I chose what I chose, why I voted the way I voted, and it has nothing to do with you or anybody else. It has to do with me. So, this right, you say you love and you support me, then you're going to support me. You don't have to support who I voted for. You don't have to support anything. But if you support this cause, leave the politics out, and you can step to me on the side. This ain't the time or the place. This ain't the time or the place. Because right now we're talking about some in-depth stuff about a child who may not walk in the next year and a half. Donald Trump can't fix her. He can't find a cure. Joe Biden can't find a cure. Kamala Harris can't find a cure. Pence can't find a cure. Screw politics on that note. It'll iron itself out. Because he ain't, well, all right, since you went there, he ain't lost. He is still the president as of right now. Since you went there, he ain't lost. There are still many court cases going on. And we're going to stay away from that. We're just going to steer away from that.
No.
You know who loses?
Tell that man to come talk to me tomorrow night. I'll get him on Q4U tomorrow night, and he can rattle off.
I'm on q4u tomorrow night. But I'm gonna say one thing before I get off of that because it's about the children. Because my shows are all about children with muscular dystrophy and adults with muscular dystrophy. But I will say one thing: you can say Joe Biden won, but the nation lost in that. You know why? Because every pedophile that lives next door to you in your neighborhood has been flagged for years. Now they're equal to you. They're equal citizens. They'll be back in your schools, back in the daycares, back on the playgrounds. So you deal with that. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Yeah, he's in that chat.
Thank you for the follow. Sorry, we just got completely off subject due to that. No politics in this live period. We are going to close it out here shortly, but we are talking muscular dystrophy awareness, trying to find a cure for muscular dystrophy. My daughter's 14. She has it. Was diagnosed at the age of 12. And we are on a international mission to find a cure for any and everyone involved in that. So, back on track. I'm still stuck on my mom. Huh?
Time and place for everything. Right now is the time and place for everything.
Yeah, I'm thinking talk about my mom being paralyzed in a wheelchair. He wants to bring up. He don't like. He loves and supports me, but don't like my post on politics. Well, don't like him. Don't look at them. It's simple. It's simple.
Wait, Trump 2020. What?
Yeah.
It's not about the politics. The politics ain't gonna cure my kid. They're not. They're not gonna cure my kid. They're not gonna cure nobody's kid.
They can actually hurt it if they have
Yeah.
policies that stop medical shit from happening.
Yeah. But
they
anyway,
hurt it.
I'm still stuck on the fact. Like, even with my mom being paralyzed from the waist down, and she's still stronger than my kid.
I know.
I'm still kind of stuck on that because, like, I didn't think that was going to go down that route. Dude, I will mute you and kick you out of this room and you can never come back. No politics. No politics. Thank you. If you want politics, go to Q4u tomorrow night. Q4u podcast. We will send you the link. You can join in face to face, unless you're going to be a liberal and hide your little face, like I do.
Yeah. I ain't scared. Bring it on.
You look a little
But right
scared.
now, we're talking about muscular dystrophy.
We're talking about muscular
Right now,
dystrophy.
we're talking
This
awareness.
is not the time
Right
and
now,
place
we're
for that.
talking one love. Right now, we're talking growing together.
Yeah,
Now-
growing together, not being separated. There's no separation in this organization. It's nonprofit. I don't care who you vote for. If you're for my kid, you're for her kind. Then we got something we can agree on. We ain't got to bring politics in it. If you're trying to find a cure for muscular dystrophy, hello, Ricky. Ricky and Mitchell, how are you? How are you? If you're for my kid, then you're for my kid. If you're for people with the disease like my kid that is said to be uncurable, then I'm for you too, regardless. We don't have to bring politics in it. And that's that. Let me give you a prime example. All these kids got this disease. I host an event here in Charlotte, North Carolina, at Team Charlotte, Kawasaki. People stopped donating things for the silent auction to find a cure because they found out, oh, you're hosting your venue at a competition. That's politics. That's economical politics. Most of them do. I mean, that's just being honest. 99.9% of all of them do. Everyone I've interviewed does that. Everyone I've interviewed. So, but just saying, even with events, people bring religion and politics. This has nothing to do with any of that. This has nothing to do but with trying to find a cure. Because he says he loves and supports me, but he don't like my political posts. That's what he said. So, Allie's in there trying to handle that for me. But yeah, it's all about muscular dystrophy. It's all about trying to find a cure. No politics, no religion, no side stuff. We are a group of individuals coming together, everything aside, everything on the table. Let's find a cure for muscular dystrophy. That's where it's at.
Like-minded individuals coming together to create a change for everyone.
We're causing a chain of events.
A positive change.
Allie said he's 16, can't even bite yet. Talking about he's liberal.
We can't vote yet.
He didn't even want to vote.
The bite part was funny.
Yeah, Biden. Yeah, bite. You can't bite yet. Yeah, that's funny. He ain't old enough to vote. Take your politics elsewhere. Hey, Melissa. Hey, we've been trying to get in touch with you, Melissa. Speaking of, Melissa Mihaj just joined.
She texted me. She said he's supposed to get a hold of me tomorrow.
Melissa,
I'm very much looking forward to the conversation. How are you today, though? How are you?
I haven't been able to message her back on live and podcasting.
Hey, Allie, I understand you tried to type out the word vote and it said bite, but that worked out so perfect. Like, I understand. That's awesome, though. He can't even bite like Biden. He can nibble.
She can't bite him?
He ain't biting.
I love that new shampoo you got on.
You're messaging him now? Hey, he can jump on. I got like 30 more minutes. I got 30 more minutes on the podcast. We can send him the link. He can jump in.
Yeah.
Terrell, Michaela's little boyfriend. Hello. Michaela's little boyfriend's watching.
Thank you.
His ears are so adorable.
Huh?
His ears are so adorable.
All right, let me tell you something about him. Like, they met at a private school on the other side of town, the military school she went to, right? I'm not going to say. I'll tell him his nurse does it for him. Okay. So, they met at private school and they clicked like that because I'm not going to say he's as challenged as Michaela is, but there is a challenge there. He has IP as well. So he has assisted classes. But they mesh like as two people with that are different. You know, they mesh, and there's things that the birds and the bees that ain't even a subject because they don't even know. It's just non-existent to them. It's whatever. He's 24. He's already in a wheelchair. Lee Walker, welcome back. Welcome back. 24, already in a wheelchair. Well, let's see if we can't get him in here. I'd love to have him on. Did you send her the link, Robert?
No, not yet, but I can.
Yeah, copy and paste her the link so she can text it over to him.
All right, hang on, guys.
Andrea Burton, welcome. Happy Grandpa 5066, welcome. Good evening. Sorry. Love from North Carolina. BJM Teach, welcome. Shannon Johnson, welcome. Please stick around. We've got an awesome show going on tonight. Awesome show. John's, welcome. John Short, welcome. Dee Dee, welcome back.
Sent to her.
All right, Robert just sent you the link if you want to forward that to him. If he wants to get on, he's more than welcome to. I'll add him in and we're good to go.
Bye.
I'd love to have him on the show, though. Love to have him on the show.
So, not to bring Caden back up, but do you have to have his parent signature to have him on your podcast?
Yeah, probably.
Since you're going to rip him apart?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even waste time with it, honestly.
You want to make a little.
By the way, just everybody out there, podcast not a safe space.
Yeah. No, honestly, I wouldn't even waste time with it.
Tuesday through Saturday.
I wouldn't even waste time with someone that can't even vote yet. Your opinion doesn't matter.
No. Your opinion doesn't matter. Not at all. Can you serve in the military yet?
At 17.
Yes, not in this country.
At 17, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Just not in this country.
So.
No, in this country, you can sign up at 17.
No, I'm saying.
Can you?
Join?
Oh, yeah, 16, though.
Yeah. Can you do anything for your country right now?
Hello, Mama Wand. Welcome. Friday, welcome. No. Go to school and learn something. That's what you can do. Get educated.
Take a government economics class.
Yeah, ELP, economics, legal, and political. Right there.
First step, grow a beard.
I had a beard at 16.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's just that we had somebody jump in here. We are non-politics on our nonprofit days for Smarts of the Pain Incorporated, my nonprofit, and somebody wants to jump in here, 16 years old, talking about my political posts, which are pro-Trump. We'll not get into that, but they are. And we just don't do politics on nights where we're talking about muscular dystrophy. My daughter has it. We're trying to find a cure. There are many kids elsewhere in the world and throughout the country that have it, and we're trying to find a cure for that. And there's no time for politics in that, because politics are not going to save my child. So, done and done. It's like I used to tell people, I give you two options. You can either like it or you can like it. You know what I mean?
Like it or leave it. Like it or leave it. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
She's joining back.
I had somebody get mine the other night. I can't support you because I can't watch your lives because I don't support your beliefs. And I was like, okay, well, if we can't be friends because of your own judgments, then that's fine. I'm here for everybody.
Right.
Here, one last comment on it, then we can get rid of the politics altogether. Biden supporters are like, hey, if Trump wins, we're going to war. But if Trump supporters were like, hey, if Biden wins, we're going to work tomorrow. So one wants to fight if they don't get their way. The other just wants to move on and just deal with it.
Don't affect me. Those cows are still hungry no matter who's president.
I still got to pay rent. I just got to work twice as hard so I can pay for the tax increase.
She said she just told him his username is at JDILLA. Yeah, Dillachilla. Yeah, 24 years old in a wheelchair, muscular dystrophy. Did you send him the StreamYard link? I'd like to hear his story, because maybe my wife and I could get some answers from that too about what to expect.
He can join off of his phone. Just click the link.
That's right. He can join right off the phone. All you gotta do is click the link.
He can even take my spot because my iPad's about to die.
Again? Plug it in, man.
Both my phones are plugged in.
Did you already said that? You sounded like so adolescent, like, you know. Thank you, Mama. He's doing great. He's doing great. Working hard.
I'm not a rich man.
Working hard. He had a good day at work today. We got a lot of stuff accomplished, and he's going to be ready to be moving on to his own thing here very shortly.
Being different is what makes the world go round. Exactly. If we were all alike, nothing would get done.
Me and you are exactly alike. We're proving that by putting our faces together.
Me and you look sexy when we put our faces together.
Man, that's too much dad bod for these ladies.
Seriously. Medium Rise, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, he may or may not.
Going one of these days. We'll put my face in the middle, you and Fatty on each side. Ooh.
Just squeeze them all together.
Yeah.
Some fire in it. Like, oh, we gotta get this. Oh, there it is. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going?
I got you. I got you.
Alicia Nicole, welcome. Trying to wait to see if he was going to join in. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. So, that being said, I'm going to try and bring this thing up to a close. Hey, Mama Smiles.
Mama.
Well, for q4u, be a champion. If not for yourself, do it for somebody else. If not for somebody else, do it for yourself. And I'll be me. You be you. Till next time, we're q4u.
Q4u, baby. Smiles to the Pain Radio is out. Keep smiling.
Trump 2020.